From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your North Coast Neighborhood Forecast.
Everything Medical has been your complete source for medical supplies since 2007. Our 10,000 square foot showroom has the largest selection of home medical equipment in the North State. We have what you need. Everything Medical, Athens Avenue, Reading.
Well, even if you live on the coast, you may have been hearing about a big warm-up that's making its way to Northern California. And even though most of the heat will be off the coast, you start heading inland, the mountains, and of course the Sacramento Valley, we're still going to see a warm-up even for the coast. It's not going to be major. It's not going to be anything terribly significant, but you will notice warmer temperatures. Now, the excessive heat watch is for Trinity County. That's because temperatures there in Trinity County could exceed 105, 106, maybe even 107 degrees. But that excessive heat watch won't take effect until Friday, and not to mention through the weekend. And so, of course, that big heat will arrive over the weekend. So we look at the hour-by-hour forecast, and you can see those temperatures for the inland areas, a little bit warmer, about 90 degrees for that daytime high, but nothing unusual for this time of the year. And for the coast, in the low 60s, also nothing too terribly unusual. We'll probably see a little bit of clearing this afternoon as well. Now for Trinity County, it's going to be a bit warmer, as we typically expect, about 94 for Weaverville and Lewiston. Looks like Hayfork, about 93 degrees for that daytime high today. And we look at that trend. Now, we're going to see it slowly increase, right? So you can see low to mid 90s for Weaverville through Thursday. But then we see a big spike in our temperatures by Friday and even bigger spike by Saturday. That's the peak of the heat wave, right? And the temperatures do start to drop after that, and it will eventually drop below 100 degrees by sometime early next week. So the heat source is all coming from the desert southwest. And as we speak, it's expanding westward and into our region. So as a result, our temperatures will start to increase over the next few days. But it's not until the end of the week, we're talking Friday, Saturday, that we start to see that bubble of heat right on top of us. Now, as I mentioned, the coast, it's not going to be a major heat wave. You're just going to be in the mid to upper 60s for your highs. But for the inland areas, yeah, over 100, even upwards of 105 degrees in some of the warmest spots here. So that's what I'm expecting it peaking on Saturday. Then by Sunday, Monday, look at that. It quickly dives down to the south again. So that will allow our temperatures to drop. So especially for the inland areas and the mountains, it's not going to be a prolonged period of this excessive heat. It's just going to be a few days, and then we'll start to get some relief after that. So here's your Tuesday forecast, and we take you through the afternoon. I think we're going to start off maybe with some clearing skies for Crescent City, but maybe some more clouds coming in later this afternoon. Then we go into your Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. Yeah, it looks like still some fog out along the coast here, and it's going to be hard for it to completely burn off. We'll call it partly to mostly cloudy skies for your Wednesday. Now let's talk about those waves, because we take you through the day today. Those wave heights out to sea, especially, as you can see, not terrible, but about 6 to even 7 feet. But look at this, as we go into Wednesday, those wave heights are going to start to drop. So look, we have some better conditions here later on this week. Here's a marine forecast for today. North winds at 5 to 15 knots. Waves from the northwest at 4 feet at 5 seconds. And from the northwest at 2 feet at about 10 seconds. Of course, your high tide at 8:06 this morning. And your low tide at about 1:09 this afternoon. No advisories in the forecast, with the exception of a small corrected advisory along the immediate coast of southern Humboldt County. All right, so here is your forecast for your Tuesday. Temperatures for Trinity County, low to maybe some mid-90s for your daytime highs. Cooler in Ruth with a high of 88. We take out to the inland areas where temperatures will be in the upper 80s to low 90s. And of course for the coast, mainly in the low 60s, although places like Klamath about 69 and 70 in Trinidad. Let's take a look at that 7-day forecast, and there you can see for Hoopa, we're up to 100 degrees by Friday, over 100 over the weekend, and for Weaverville, even warmer. 103 by Friday, 107 for that daytime high by Saturday before temperatures do start to drop. And look at that 7-day forecast for Eureka, low 60s, pretty much for the next 7 days. It's getting a little bit warmer by Saturday, Sunday, but really not all that noticeable. Low 60s by next Monday.